Let me ask you something uncomfortable. Have you ever waited for someone, a person, a job, a situation, that deep down you knew was never going to work out? But they never said no. They just kept you hanging. Let's see how things go. I just need more time. Maybe in the future. And you held on. Because maybe, they meant it. That's not hope. That's a trap. And today, we're going to talk about why a clean, painful no is one of the kindest things a human being can give another human being, and why fake promises are a form of psychological cruelty, even when they're wrapped in kindness. This is psychology. This is behavior. And by the end of this video, you're going to see your past differently and make better decisions going forward. Let's get into it. What is a fake promise? A fake promise isn't always a lie. That's what makes it dangerous. Psychologists call it ambiguous communication. And it happens in relationships, workplaces, friendships, and families every single day. It sounds like, "You're amazing, I'm just not ready right now." We'll definitely revisit this after the holidays. "I care about you, I just have a lot going on." None of these are outright lies, but none of them are honest either. The person saying them often genuinely believes they're being kind. They don't want to hurt you. They don't like conflict. So instead of a clear answer, they give you a comfortable maybe, one that keeps the door open just enough for you to keep knocking. And you knock, again and again, because that door was never fully closed. Here's what psychology tells us about this. The human brain is a pattern completion machine. When we receive an incomplete signal, a half answer, an open loop, our brain goes into overdrive trying to close it. We obsess, we analyze, we create narratives. That's not weakness, that's neuroscience, the psychology of uncertainty. There's a phenomenon in behavioral psychology called the Zeigarnik effect, named after Soviet psychologist Bluma Zeigarnik. She discovered that the human brain remembers incomplete tasks far more vividly than completed ones. We fixate on unfinished business. Unresolved situations live rent-free in our heads, consuming mental energy, attention, and emotional bandwidth. This is exactly why fake promises are so destructive. A clear rejection is complete. Your brain can process it, grieve it, and eventually move on. It's painful, but it's finite. A fake promise is incomplete. Your brain keeps the file open, it keeps checking, it keeps hoping. And that open loop can last for months, sometimes years. Studies in social psychology show that intermittent reinforcement, where reward is given sometimes but not always, creates the strongest behavioral attachment. It's the same mechanism behind slot machines. You don't keep pulling the lever because you always win. You keep pulling because sometimes you do. Fake promises work the same way. The occasional text back, the warm moment followed by distance, the breadcrumbing. Each small signal resets the clock, and you stay stuck. Why people give fake promises? Let's be fair here. Most people who give fake promises aren't monsters. They're just emotionally avoidant. Psychology identifies several core reasons. 1. Fear of conflict. Many people were raised in environments where saying no was dangerous or punished. They learned that keeping people happy, even temporarily, was safer than delivering hard truths. 2. Guilt and empathy overdrive. They genuinely care about you. Watching you hurt because of them feels unbearable. So they soften the blow until the blow never actually lands. 3. Self-protection. Keeping you as an option costs them nothing and preserves their ego. If things don't work out with someone else, you're still there. 4. Lack of self-awareness. Some people genuinely don't know what they want. They're not lying to you, they're lying to themselves. None of these reasons make it okay, but understanding them helps you stop taking it personally and start seeing it as their emotional limitation, not your worth. The real cost of fake promises. Let's talk about what staying in the fog actually costs you. Time. Every month you spend waiting on a maybe is a month you didn't invest in something real. Time is the one resource you cannot recover. Self-trust. When you override your instincts, when you knew something was off but stayed anyway, you teach your brain not to trust itself. Over time, this erodes your confidence in your own judgment. Identity. Extended ambiguity makes people smaller. You start adjusting yourself, shrinking your needs, editing your personality, all to remain acceptable to someone who hasn't even committed to you. Opportunity cost. While you were waiting, other doors didn't just go unnoticed, they went unopened. Real connections, real opportunities, real growth, all delayed or missed. A fake promise doesn't just steal your present, it quietly mortgages your future. Why clear rejection is an act of respect. Here's the reframe that changes everything. A person who says no clearly, even when it's hard, even when you cry, even when the conversation is uncomfortable, is giving you a gift. They're saying, I respect you enough to be honest. I respect your time. I respect your ability to handle the truth and rebuild. That is dignity. That is emotional maturity. Psychologist Harriet Lerner, in her work on honest communication, argues that the kindest thing we can do for someone is to tell them the truth without cruelty, because it frees them to live their actual life, not a waiting room version of it. When someone rejects you clearly, you get to grieve. And grieving is healthy. Grieving is movement. It has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Fake promises give you nothing to grieve. They give you nothing to resolve. They leave you suspended in a story that was never going to be written. The lesson. So here's what I want you to take away from this. If someone has been giving you maybes when you deserve an answer, that is the answer. And if you've been the one giving fake promises because the truth felt too cruel, I want you to reconsider. The most compassionate version of you tells the truth. The temporary pain of a clear no is far less damaging than the chronic pain of manufactured hope. Be the person who says no clearly, and learn to receive no with grace, because it means someone respected you enough not to waste your time. That's not rejection, that's clarity, and clarity is the beginning of everything real. If this hit you somewhere deep, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe for more psychology content that actually helps you understand yourself and the people around you. I'll see you in the next one.